Good afternoon, I'm Amy McGorry. Thanks for watching News 12 Connecticut. In the 3 o'clock hour, Stamford police are asking for the public's help identifying the suspect in an armed robbery. We're following a developing story out of Greenwich in the 12 o'clock hour where one person has been hit and killed by a train. It happened at the Coscob train station at 9:30 this morning. That's where we find News 12 Connecticut's Tina Redwine. Tina, what can you tell us? Meteorologist Mike Rizzo joins us. Hey Mike, it's National Repeat Day today. Did I tell you it's National Repeat Day?
It is? It is?
The weather certainly hasn't repeated itself. A local surgeon says a new high-tech device has a unique way of helping people with sinus problems.
Drew, look at this snow mound, this hill of ice and snow. I mean, this is just piled up from the past storms over the past few weeks, and now it's snowing again. You can see that this icy hill is actually starting to get covered with this new fallen snow. And Long Islanders here at the Stop and Shop Plaza in Port Washington, they are fed up with this snow.
Police say Pedicus grew up and lived in the actual home they say he burglarized twice. Police say this gave him the advantage to pull off the heist. It's customary for a golfer to buy a round of drinks for members of the clubhouse when he gets a hole-in-one. Sid had to do this 17 times.
Drew, look at this snow mound, this hill of ice and snow. I mean, this is just piled up from the past storms over the past few weeks, and now it's snowing again. You can see that this icy hill is actually starting to get covered with this new fallen snow. And Long Islanders here at the Stop and Shop Plaza in Port Washington, they are fed up with this snow.
Getting old.
Long Islanders who are fed up with the constant snow this winter found themselves once again stocking up at local grocery stores this afternoon.
Got the basics, the paper towels and the milk and some other good stuff in there, ready to hunker down again.
I see you're loaded up here with the chips and all. You're ready for the storm again, huh?
The low-fat chips, of course, yes.
Some shared their tips on how to deal with these recent storms and frigid temps.
Very heavy jacket, gloves, hood, of course.
Pizza obviously is your secret to keeping warm too.
Yeah, and pizza. I have to stay full, and that keeps me warm as well.
As this new round of snow falls, ice remains on sidewalks and parking lots in Port Washington. Locals taking it all one step at a time.
You got to be careful. You can't almost be careful. You can't avoid it.
And some here aren't looking to avoid the snow. They're looking to escape it.
We are going down to Palm Beach Gardens.
Palm Beach Gardens certainly sounds good right now, but take a look at these roads here in Port Washington. You can see that they are starting to get covered. If the cars are definitely slowing down and people are taking their time. If you are venturing out tonight, officials are saying obviously use caution. And just like Bruce was saying, as this snow starts to change over to that freezing rain, it's just going to be some slick, slippery, sort of dangerous conditions out there, so please exercise cautions if you are headed out. That's the latest here in Port Washington. Amy McGorry, News 12 Long Island.
Stephen Moore, an Afghanistan vet, choking up, recounting what happened to the house he and his wife bought after he returned from an 8-month tour in Afghanistan.
I never thought in my wildest dreams that, our dream home would turn into a nightmare.
The home on Harwood Drive in Glen Cove was burglarized not once, but twice, just 3 weeks after they purchased it.
It's a lot of emotions. Pretty, how would you kind of say, it was easier in Afghanistan dealing.
Police say 31-year-old Michael Pedicus broke into the vet's new home, stealing electronic devices and over $1,000 worth of jewelry. Glen Cove detectives' legwork revealed Pedicus was allegedly pawning off the stolen merchandise to local pawn shops and was planning to move to North Carolina. They quickly reacted.
Basically, one of our officers called him and said that they were in a jewelry business and wanted to know if he had any more jewelry to sell, which he responded, yes, he did. And we set up a meet site, and he responded with the stolen jewelry that he had not yet sold, and that's when we made the arrest.
Police say Pedicus grew up and lived in the actual home they say he burglarized twice. Police say this gave him the advantage to pull off the heist.
He knew, in particular, one of the windows that didn't lock properly, and that's how he entered the house.
Police answered the question as to why Pedicus allegedly did this act to a man who served our country.
As we further interviewed him, we realized that he had a serious drug problem, and it's kind of a snapshot of what is happening on Long Island. It's a heroin epidemic that makes normal people who wouldn't do these things do something like this.
Now, Pedicus has been charged with 2 counts of burglary in the 2nd degree and criminal possession of stolen property. As for the Moors, police say they've recovered all the stolen property, and the Afghanistan veteran says he wants to adopt a dog, a Belgian Malinois. In the newsroom, Amy McGorry, News 12 Long Island. Good afternoon. This is News 12 Connecticut. I'm Amy McGorry. We're following a developing story out of Greenwich in the 12 o'clock hour where one person has been hit and killed by a train. It happened at the Coscob train station at 9:30 this morning. That's where we find News 12 Connecticut's Tina Redwine. Tina, what can you tell us? New at 12, Norwalk police are thanking the public for an anonymous tip that led them to 2 men suspected of holding up a convenience store earlier this week. Investigators tell us 18-year-old Ernest Morales and an unidentified 17-year-old were arrested yesterday. As we've reported, the men allegedly burst into the Corner Variety store on Westport Avenue Tuesday morning wearing masks and wielding guns. Authorities tell us they got away with about $1,100 in cash and other merchandise. Both men are expected in court later today. And it's a bright and sunny afternoon in Milford in the 12 o'clock hour. You can see that flag. It looks like the summer wind is blowing in, to quote a little Frank Sinatra there for you. So from blue eyes to some blue skies, meteorologist Steve Teeling, tell us, how long is this weather hanging around?
And then you come to me.
Yes, I want you to sing.
Well, I can sing some songs. I don't know about Frank Sinatra, though, so we're going to leave that one to the professionals. But
right.
Everybody wants to sing about this.
Thanks, Steve. Well, the government says employers added a healthy 215,000 jobs in July. The Labor Department announced this morning that the unemployment rate sat at 5.3% for the 2nd straight month. Job growth has averaged at about 212,000 jobs per month for the year. Despite the increase in jobs, the average hourly wage in July actually dropped by 2% when compared to last year. A historic lighthouse in Stratford will be opening its doors for one day this weekend. It's a rare opportunity. The Stratford Point Lighthouse is owned and maintained by the U.S. Coast Guard and is normally closed to the public. Tomorrow only, the doors will be open to the public from 9 a.m. until 3 p.m. for free tours. In the 12 o'clock hour, Pet Talk takes us to Westport Humane Society, where little Bean is looking for his forever home. Isn't he so cute? He's a 4-year-old Peruvian guinea pig with a great personality. We're told he loves to be handled and has lived in a home with kids, dogs, cats, and reptiles before. Shelter workers say he needs hay and fresh vegetables every day. Hey, who doesn't? If you're interested in giving Bean a good home or want more information, visit our website, news12.com. Time now for your hyper-local forecast with News 12 meteorologist Steve Teeling. Steve, you look like you need a beach chair and like a lemonade stand out there. It looks beautiful.
You know what? I think I'd make a lot of money with that lemonade stand.
Thanks, Steve, making some friends out there. All right, well, new at 12, Bridgeport's chief of police is being credited with helping make an impromptu arrest on the city streets. Officials tell us Chief Joseph Gaudet was walking downtown yesterday when he stumbled across a state marshal struggling to handcuff a suspect. They say Gaudet immediately stepped in to help out. Police say the man was being arrested for not making family support payments. Malaysian officials are being accused of adding more confusion in the search for Malaysia Airlines Flight 370. Earlier this week, the Prime Minister said a wing fragment that washed up on the French island of Reunion was confirmed to have been from the plane that disappeared in March of 2014. But officials from the U.S., France, and Australia say it's too soon to tell. Malaysian officials have also said more debris is being sent to France for examination, but French officials say they know nothing about it. The federal government is signing off on Connecticut's plan to relieve thousands of high school juniors from having to take an unpopular standardized test. The Department of Education has issued a waiver allowing the state to replace the controversial SBAC test with the SAT. The General Assembly passed a law earlier this year to swap the test after hearing complaints from students, teachers, and parents. The change will take effect this school year. And students at Briggs High School in Norwalk will have more options to get to class this school year. School officials say they will be offering several buses to the school this coming semester. Authorities say Briggs students will also be able to take a bus to Norwalk Community College as part of a new partnership between the two schools. Briggs officials say the start of school day will be pushed back to 9:15 in the morning to accommodate the change.